Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm excited to take you along on a motor ride to Russian Market, which is a local market here that when visitors come, we like to take them there. And then also I want to sit down and give you guys kind of a life update, our summer and fall plans, and also what has been happening in our life. So come along. We are in the car now. We're taking the car instead of driving moto because a friend came and borrowed our helmets, and so we didn't have any helmets to wear. So we're driving the car instead. Dewey, what are we doing? Where are we going?
We're going to Russian Market to buy some last minute things to take to the States. Looking forward to the long flights to the States. And not really looking forward to the long flights, but looking forward to the destination.
Yeah, it's going to be some really long flights. We need to add up the hours and see how many hours it is. There's the Russian Market.
I'm going to go to where the clothing is, but do you want to look for bowls here first? We're going to like a wooden spoon, like this type of spoon. Those spoons there will last probably a lifetime. What about bamboo straws? She'd probably like bamboo straws, wouldn't she?
Ở đây không? Thấy không đó? Áo mặn thắm. Con năng, con bên sát đẹp.
It's the size you can say I got,
that's
so
too
we
big.
might want, I think we want the smaller size.
Did they get that same color?
Yeah.
So you're going to get matching
Yeah.
for all three of them?
Yeah.
Mùi A kìa, vô tôi dùng cả chồng.
Được buôn bán.
Dùng mùi nào?
Dụng mùi nào?
$6 some shirts. $6 a shirt.
Yeah, take a picture.
Quần khác đây con nó sống liền với con hả? Ăn ăn xa đấy má. Chà, ở đấy hỏi ăn.
Hey guys, so we are done at Russian Market, or Pasat Totampong as you call it in Khmer. Yeah, we were looking for a couple things. We got some of the things, and then Dewey's looking for a hot pepper sauce he wants to take back as a gift for a couple people, but we haven't found it, and so we're going to check here at a little store that we just stopped at. Dewey's answering some messages on his phone he needs to respond to.
Hi. ចឹងគេគិតក្នុងមួយដល់ហើយ4111 ចឹងខ្ញុំបុកតាមហ្នឹង Sắp bái. Can you hear you hi? Hello, Papuno, Mr. Cap. Trên miếng hả? You hi?
Dewey's, that's the kind of hot pepper sauce you were looking for?
Yeah, but they don't have a case of it.
That's some good stuff right there.
Let me, I'll take everything that they have.
Hey guys, so we came here to Brooklyn Pizza for a little date, Dewey and I, before we head to the States and all the chaos that'll be there. Dewey, you want to say hi? Do you like this restaurant?
Yeah, one of my favorite restaurants here.
Alright, I'll show you guys the food when it comes. So our food came, I got fish and chips, and Dewey, what did you get?
Hamburger with an egg on the top.
Look at those telephone lines. So now we're on our way back home again. We're done with our little outing and done eating. Dewey, was your lunch good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. I got chips and fish, and my fish was not the best. It was kind of mushy, and I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a big fish person, but if it's done right, I like it. But yeah. All right, so we're headed back home again. So I wanted to sit down and give you guys kind of a life update, what has been going on and what our plans are. So a little bit about our family. This is Dewey and I and our twins. They are now 9, and Creed is 5, and Caden is 3. And they're all doing really good. We just finished up our last school year, this past school year, and the twins finished 3rd grade, and Creed and Caden were finishing preschool. Creed did a little bit of kindergarten work, and that went really, really good, and we're so excited to be done with that school year. I love all things homeschool and talking about homeschool and really passionate about it. That's really fun for me to be able to finish some curriculum and be able to move forward with the next year's curriculum. Recently, our family did 2 trips. One was just here in Cambodia in country. We traveled to a different city, Siem Reap, and we did some SALT training for, it's like we do financial training is one of the programs we do here in Cambodia, and so that was some training for us and for some of our staff. And that was really good. Our boys enjoyed playing with the other children that were there, and it was encouraging. And then just last week we traveled to Thailand. We are missionaries here in Cambodia, and the organization we serve under was having a retreat with all their Asia teams in Thailand in Chiang Mai, and so we traveled there, and that was really, really encouraging. It was really good. I enjoyed connecting with the other women and just kind of hearing their stories and just connecting and talking in English and talking with people who live lives similar to ours and from similar background. And then my boys really enjoyed the other TCK kids, or third culture kids, and that is a topic near and dear to my heart. We also really enjoyed like singing praise and worship times and the different sessions that were really encouraging, and we could learn a lot from them. And then we also had just a lot of free time, relaxing time to connect and talk. And it was in nature, it's kind of in woods. We stayed in cabins, which we live in a city here in Phnom Penh, and so it was really fun to be out in nature and in the city. The boys saw some scorpions and different things that we don't normally see here, so that was kind of exciting for them. So we really enjoyed that trip to Thailand. Some of the people we hadn't seen for 5 years, and some of them had just been a year or 2. But either way, it was really good to connect with people again, build those relationships. And for our twins, they will remember this retreat, and they'll remember the other missionary kids, and look forward to seeing them again in the future, I'm sure. So now we are back here in Phnom Penh, and looking at the future, looking at summer and fall, we are going to be traveling to the States for furlough. So with the organization we serve with, in the past we would do like a 3-year term and then have 3 months of furlough back in the States. And then if we wanted to go back like in the middle of that or whatever, we could. I think they're changing some of how they do that. But anyway, so it has been 2.5, almost 3 years since the last time we were back in the States. So we are really excited to go back and see family and connect with them. My sister had a baby since the last time I was there, and so I haven't met my niece yet, so I'm really excited to go back and see her. And they also built a house. They live in Oregon, and so I'm excited to go see that. My brother also has built a house. He had like the framing done last time we were there, but I haven't actually seen the house yet. So when we go back, I'm excited to see their houses. I think that when you can picture the houses that your family lives in, when you talk to them then on the phone or whatever, it's easier to picture it, and it creates a lot more richness to the relationship because you can like imagine them doing their life or sitting at their table eating supper or whatever. When they talk about it, you can picture it then. And then I'm really excited to see my mom, reconnect with her again. She has been sick. It is going to be a really busy time with lots of traveling, and that can be really stressful with a family of 6. So I have a couple things I want to say about that. The first one is I'm going to try to film a video of what we pack and how we pack, because I know for me, anytime I do a long haul, like overseas international flight, I like to look up other YouTube videos and see how they pack, especially for babies and toddlers. It just kind of helps remind me of different things I could pack, or gives me tips and tricks, which is always super helpful. That trip is really hard and not for the faint of heart. It's usually 30 some hours for a good trip. If you end up with a really long layover somewhere, it can easily be more than that. And usually you don't get a whole lot of sleep if you have babies and toddlers, but if it's a good trip, you get a bunch of sleep. So yeah. Anyway, so I want to try to do a video, what I pack and tips and tricks for traveling, and then also vlog our trip back to the States traveling. I think those are kind of interesting to watch when other people film those, especially as families with little children. And then when we're back in the States, we'll spend the first week in Virginia, which is where I'm from, the second week in Indiana, which is where Dewey's from, and they have a cabin rented in the Tennessee and the Smoky Mountains, so we'll go there, so that'll be really fun. It's kind of a tradition for his family, they like to do that. So I'm sure we'll have lots of good memories there. Be in nature, which here we live in the city, so that'll be fun. And then also, then the third week, me and the 2 little boys are gonna fly to Oregon to my sister and see her. And Dewey and the twins will stay in Indiana with his family, and I'm sure they'll have a blast there with Grandma, Papa, cousins. And then we will travel to Pennsylvania. So I'll fly back to Indiana, and then we'll travel to Pennsylvania, and we have a big convention with our churches there that we have to be at. Saturday, Dewey is speaking, and then the next week we have a retreat with the mission organization we're with, and then we have a debriefing after that. So it's a lot of things. Then we go, the rest of our time then is split between Virginia, my family, and Indiana, Dewey's family. So it's a lot of traveling around. When we're back, we have to speak at like 6 to 8 churches-ish to help raise support for us as we live here in Cambodia. And so yeah, it's just a lot of traveling, and furlough is really fun because you get to see family, connect with them, but it also can be really stressful because you're sleeping in so many different beds and you're living out a suitcase for 3 months. And with little children, that is not easy. You know, they don't always sleep good when they're sleeping in new places, and their behavior can tend to be worse too because they don't have their routine, they don't have their schedule, they don't know what to expect, and they're around all these strange new people that to mom and dad they mean a lot. Like they're our family, our friends, our church family, but to our kids they don't really know them. And so yeah, that can be hard too, trying to discipline your kids in front of other people or just keep them from screaming loudly and fussing all the time. So yeah, it can be stressful. Last time it was pretty stressful for me, and I'm really hoping this time to avoid that, but we'll see. So if you think about it, you can pray that it is not stressful, and that for me especially, I can like mentally relax, but still do the things I need to do. And yeah, so here in Cambodia, as we are preparing to leave for 3 months, we have some really major things that we have to do. For Dewey, he needs to make sure all his responsibilities are covered for 3 months. So he has been delegating them out and getting different people to cover different parts. We have some Bible studies and SALT groups, like financial savings groups, like teaching about that happen here at our house, and a health clinic. And so we handed out keys to different people that are going to need to be able to come in and unlock our doors to be able to host those things. Some of the different programs that we have here is obviously our church plant, that's the main one. And then we have a SALT program, which is like savings groups and teaching on finances. And there's a guy that is in charge of that. And he has been running it and is doing really well, and just meets with Dewey to report back and make sure everything is going okay. And so that should be able to continue, and Dewey can meet with him on Zoom if they need to. We have an English program where we teach English to children and adults, and we have a guy on our team who is very responsible and excited and passionate about that, and he has dreams and ideas moving forward, and so that is in really good hands. Another program we have is a dorm ministry where students can come from outside the city to study at the colleges here in the capital city, and then we provide housing for them at low cost and a safe environment for them to live in. So we have house parents for that who are normally in charge of that, so that should go without a hitch while we're gone. They're very capable and responsible. Then we also have a health clinic where we go around to different communities, we're at-risk communities, and share the gospel and do a health clinic. So there's multiple aspects of that. We also have some different Bible studies, discipleship groups, and discipling of individuals that we do that Dewey has to make sure all those things are covered. And then here in Cambodia, with the organization we're with, we have to pay taxes every month, and it's kind of a big deal. It can take a whole day. And so just making sure that our secretary is able to do that on her own and understands and make sure she has all the T's crossed and I's dotted. So yeah, you can pray, especially for Dewey, that all those things would run smoothly while we're gone and no great upheavals would happen. Yeah, we have like some Khmer staff, local staff, and then also some team that is here. So yeah, different people to help with the different parts and keep running things while we're gone. So we're so thankful for them. We have an amazing team of people that we work with, and yeah, we're so grateful and thankful for them. And then as far as for me in preparing to leave, I need to empty out my kitchen of food. So we're going to turn our fridge off, and pretty much anything in our pantry will not be good till we come back, because we have a lot of like cockroaches and lizards and ants, like armies of ants here. And so I tend to have a really small pantry because bugs and ants get into my food, even if I have it really tightly sealed, and stuff gets moldy, and so with the fridge off, it's not going to last very long in the pantry. So I'm trying to use up my food. So I made a menu, and some of the meals are quite interesting because they're using like odds and ends of stuff up before we travel. But I want to use as much as I can without having to buy too much ingredients. There'll be a few things, like I know like I have cocoa powder and powdered sugar and stuff like that I'm not going to be able to use up before we leave. So I'll hand that out to people who have ovens. So the average person here doesn't have ovens, but there are a few that have ovens that do baking. So I'll hand some of that kind of stuff, baking goods, probably off to someone else who it would be a blessing to them. And then yeah, we have some other things around the house that like watering plants and stuff. So we have a lady that will come to water our plants while we're gone. So hopefully everything doesn't die in the heat, the tropical heat here. And yeah, just pray that our children would be healthy as we fly back. It's not fun to fly with a kid who is throwing up and puking or has a fever. And it can also be stressful because you're not quite sure if they're gonna let you on the flight, stuff like that. So one thing that I am super excited about and that I've been planning and preparing is what curriculum I'm gonna use for next school year. That's like every homeschool mom's like really fun thing to do every year. So I have some ideas and plans, and so we go back to the States. I will be shopping and buying curriculum for the next probably 2 school years, for sure 1 school year, possibly 2 school years, we'll see. And so that'll be fun. We'll be bringing back lots of books, and yeah, I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys for watching this video, being interested in our lives and what's going on with us, and may God bless you and have a good day. Bye.